All right. I had a whole script written out. I have it in front of me with the whole hook with like, what is success? Why do you want it? But I can't be bothered right now. So let's be real. Like, let's talk together. And let me ask you, isn't success just us trying to get acceptance? You want to get healthy. You want to get girls, or like at least a girl, love. You want to get money, or you want to get fame, right? We pretty much all want something of the some one of those things, right? And most of the time, it's strictly for acceptance. But why do we want acceptance? We want acceptance so that we can stop worrying about this whole social contract, about the fact that we have to contribute to human society somehow. We have this biological need to be considered useful. But once we have this biological need met, at least we believe so, once we've had enough money, we've had the love, we've had all these things that make us accept ourselves and feel whole, then we can be at peace. So that's the whole resume, the whole, how should I say it, summary of an older video I made a few weeks ago. One thing I've taught before was that we could just start with peace and let this state lead us to the goals. Because that's how the universe works. That's through the whole manifestation learning that I've had so far, through this whole journey, I've discovered that there is such a thing as frequency. And the frequency of peace is just confidence, it's just a calm. Now you might ask me, what the fuck is confidence really? All these people talking about confidence, what is it? Confidence is just a lack of anxiety. That's about it. I don't know where I heard it. Maybe it was neural knowledge, maybe it was another guy, but it made so much sense when he said it. Think about it. When you go get something in the fridge, right? You go to your kitchen, you get something out of the fridge. Are you fucking anxious? Of course not, because you're just going to the fridge. Like why should you not be confident about the fact of walking, opening your fucking fridge that you've done a fucking 10,000 times, even more if you're a fat ass, and then taking whatever was in the fridge? There's just no way. That's what confidence is. When you see a guy walk up to a girl and just ask her out, right? Ask her for her number, ask her out on that weekend or whatever it is, and he does it effortlessly, that's because he feels the same way you feel when you go open your fridge. Of course, not every guy feels that way. There will always be a bit of tinge of fear somehow, because rejection is something deeply rooted in us. But that's what it is all about. And peace is the same thing. Peace is the lack of anxiety. Now, let me tell you how the universe truly works. There is desire and there is frequency. Desire is the way you aim. It's the direction. It's if you had a sniper, let's say that, and you wanted to hit a target, the desire would be the scope, while the frequency would be the firepower. So both are necessary to an extent, but I think we can all agree that the firepower matters way more. Because imagine this. If you had such a strong firepower that you'd have the equivalent of a fucking Kamehameha, a fucking gigantic laser, kilometers wide, then you can aim in the approximate direction of the guy, even have like a good amount of degrees to the left or to the right. If it's a fucking giant laser, if the target is still in the giant laser, it's going to happen, right? Like it's still going to get obliterated. But you can have the best fucking direction ever. If you don't have the firepower, the bullet is just going to like you do when you've jerked off a bit too much and there's nothing coming out anymore. You know what I mean? So what that means is if you feel anxious when asking to be rich, to be loved, to be healthy, to be famous, the universe is not going to see it that way. He's going to see it. Sure, you're asking for it, but you don't have the firepower to have it. You don't have a frequency that aligns with the things you're asking for. Because someone who has those things would think the same way of those things than the way you think about opening your fridge, with calm confidence, with peace. Once you start seeing the world from this lens, things become effortless. You don't not do anything and it starts appearing out of nowhere. That's not how it works. But you're not nervous about what you have to do anymore. You don't feel like you have to do a bunch. You set up a few things that you know will work with enough time and enough effort, and you just let it smoothly ride because you feel at peace. Once you feel at peace, you're not worried about when it's going to happen. You're just doing the actions every day necessary for it to happen and let the rest work out. And because you have this energy going on, things happen. You'll just still take action, but it won't be an uphill battle anymore because your mind isn't going to fuck with you at every turn. And when you stop feeling unworthy of the things you want, the universe will realize that you deserve them, that you match with those things. And so it will give them to you. For example, for money, I don't really want to do it with the YouTube channel anymore. I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind later on, but I'm doing a coaching business on the side right now. And I stumbled upon a way of making money without even trying to. I ended up working with my dad, selling art. So it's pretty cool, right? It's not a huge amount of money, but it pays the bills. So I'm doing okay without even trying much. I know the YouTube channel will work. I'm just posting. I have a whole rabbit hole of this spirituality stuff and the fitness stuff and the gaming stuff lined up for like months on end right now. And I just have to post them little by little. I just record them a little bit and then post them. And I leave them there and be on my way. That's it. I don't worry about it anymore. I'm not working on my projects from a place of need anymore, but just because I want to work on those projects and I like doing it. But that also means sometimes I don't do it because I can't be bothered. Sometimes I do it because I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Everything you do starts feeling not like a chore anymore, not like an obligation, but just like a hobby, a cool hobby that you do. And all of this happens when you start going towards peace. Now, I know I've just talked about peace, all that. How do you actually get peace? Well, I'm going to do the asshole move here. And because the video has already lasted for a little bit, you're going to have to go watch this one now. That's how you get the peace that I've just talked about. I know I'm an asshole. It is what it is. Hey, you're still going to come back because you want some more. You know it. Take care, man. Johnny.